Here we are. Here I am. More Cowbell, the Mississippi State podcast presented by SEC Country. Well, for now anyway. For now. Mississippi State podcast on SEC Country. We got 3 of these left. 3 more shows. Isn't that sad? What are you doing? Are you taking a picture of the camera? 3 more shows. It's Brandon Walker. It's Cyrus Walker. How old are you, Cyrus? Exactly. 5 years old. I couldn't have said it better myself. You doing okay? You're just going to take pictures of everything? All right. Having fun. Having a good time. Glad you came to work with me today. All right. My name's Brandon Walker. We're going to talk about Mississippi State. Sports here on More Cowbell, the Mississippi State podcast. Got a lot to talk about. Mississippi State obviously hires a new baseball coach. We got day after reactions from that. I guess right now he is going right now he is going during his press conference at Dudy Noble Field, all the sports writers are complaining about how hot it is out there because that's what sports writers do, right? They complain. Chandra Gordon Smith just says, gives me a heart emoji. Trey Adcock says, hey, hi, Brandon. Hello, Trey. How are you? Some reason, sometimes this happens. All of a sudden, my comments are going upwards instead of downwards. I don't understand why that happens. Same haircut, says Dickie Delishment. Well, he is my son. He is my son. We do get it at the same place. Morning from Hail State from Little Rock, D. Curtis. Mac McBrayer says Hail State from Saltillo. Debbie Maxie Arrington just gives me a thumbs up. Hail State from Houston, Mississippi. Bradley Vaughn. Also originally from Point City, I believe. Hail State from Mobile, Alabama. Bonnie Williamson Gable says, loving me some Cyrus. People like it. How do you feel about that? Is that good? I get a thumbs up? Talking today? Okay.
Tough crowd out there.
Tough crowd. Usually, I look over, y'all laugh at my jokes. Now, nothing. I got nothing. There's no response whatsoever. I like your shirt, though. Can we show them your shirt? Your Mississippi State shirt? Yeah? Look at that. Baseball logo? Okay, you don't want to do that. All right. Well, this is off to a smashing start. That's what this is. Noon in Georgia, Dickie Delishment. Can't wait to see Brad Cumbest on the baseball diamond. I hear he's a beast on the diamond, says Jeff Herndon. You're talking about the tight end we got in football who's also going to play baseball from down there in South Mississippi. Hail State from Mendenhall. Anywhere to see the press conference live? Well, I think it's about over. But it was live on Watch ESPN Plus, I think. I didn't watch it. I didn't see it. Hail State from Philadelphia, Mississippi. Dylan White says, why not hire our interim coach? It took us so far this year for the job. It's a good question. It's a fair question, Dylan White. But it's got a good answer. The answer is you don't think he's the long-term answer for the program. You don't think he can recruit at a high enough level. You don't think he can build upon what he did this year. Is it right? I don't know, but that's what the answer is. That's what Cohen's thinking. So that is the answer. What are you doing? Do you want to play some game here? You want to play Dude Perfect? Let's get that Dude Perfect app back up. There you go. We love us some Dude Perfect in my house. Do you like Dude Perfect?
I'm envious of them.
I'm very envious of
the
them.
best life possible.
Yes, incredible.
I hate it.
I do get mad that they get to live that life.
Mm-hmm.
It was on Facebook Live, Starkville Daily News. Hail State from Kosciuszko, Mississippi, Mike Deason. Hail State, Steve Hill. Cute sidekick today. Thank you, Paula Smallwood Dobbs, but I am not a sidekick. I'm the star of the show. Cyrus, you ready to start the show? Yeah? Where are we going to eat afterward? Where are we going to eat? What are we going to get? Will you just say one word? That's all I want. One word. Say it in the mic.
Pizza.
Pizza. That's right. We're going to eat pizza. Point City, Chris Wilson. I feel sorry for Henderson, says Willie Harris. Yeah. I mean, I do too. But at the same time, you can feel sorry for Henderson and feel good that Cohen, went out there and kind of took guts to not hire Gary Henderson after that run. And obviously, John Cohen sees Chris Lemonis as the future of the program, as a recruiter and everything else. Dylan White, are we cursed with winning championships? We are not. We're going to win one eventually. We are not cursed. No such thing as curses. And do you realize you just gave all your viewers your phone passcode? Did I really? Well, as long as you don't have my phone, does it matter? unless you get my phone in your hands, I guess that doesn't matter. Did I? What's my phone passcode? Somebody tell me what my phone passcode is. Write it out. I didn't see Indiana at the CWS, so I'm just saying, give the interim a chance. Hail State from Colorado Springs. No, you didn't see Indiana at the College World Series, but they were a 2 seed just like us. They went to Austin. They didn't win their regional. We won our regional, but they were very similar teams this year. Hail State from Warner Robins, just down there, and I believe that's in Houston County. Georgia, I don't know. You know, Mississippi has some words that they pronounce their own way, like Lafayette is Lafayette in Mississippi, and there's others.
Yeah, Houston should be Houston.
Houston is Houston. What is wrong with you? And the worst one ever in the history of America is Martinez, Georgia. It's Martinez, and they call it Martinez.
Is that a real thing?
That's a real thing. There's a Martinez, Georgia. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. No, that's not it, Shane Harris. That's not it. DeJuan Black is flipping to state at 7:45 tonight. I don't know how you know that, but that would be good news. 4-star out of Forest, I think, down there. People have to get off this new coach hate. He's our coach, and Henderson is gone. Get behind him and support him. Henderson had a good run, and I did like him getting the job, but we never really should have been that far in the beginning, says Will Boudreaux Sturgis. Fair enough. Fair enough. I would have been fine with Henderson getting the job. I would have. But I look at what Cohen's doing. I trust what Cohen's doing, and I see where he's going with this. He wants the big time recruiter. He wants to pair Jake Gautreau with a big time recruiter, and he wants to get the talent level up. That's what he wants to do. It's a very clear image to see. I'm late. Just got back from First Base Plaza. Big crowd there for some reason. Steve C. All right, we're about to do a show. Don't be making any noises with that phone. You understand me? You hear me? Huh? I'm a very stern parent. I'm strict but fair. I have a very strong hand. Isn't that right? All right, good stuff. My name's Brandon. This is Cyrus. We're hosting more Cowbell today. Somebody says, "Where's the bell?" That's a very good question. When we start this show, I'm not going to ring a bell. You know why? Because I was getting him ready to get today, and I was getting him together, and I completely forgot to grab a cowbell. Which kind of stinks on a show called More Cowbell. Smile, Cyrus. We're on TV. People can see us, man. People can see us.
Whole world.
The whole world can see us. There are millions of people watching. All right. We got new music. Hey, Jay Langston gave me new music for my new show, which will be at facebook.com/The More Cowbell Show. And you can't see that graphic on the screen because somebody's stuffing their face with a Chick-fil-A sandwich right now. There you go. Facebook.com/The More Cowbell Show. We'll be there very soon. We're going to take a week off next week. I ordered my camera. I ordered all my equipment. I'm very excited. I've ordered thousands of dollars worth of equipment from you guys. Actually, you guys have helped me get it. So I'm going to have a new show. It's going to be great. I won't have to deal with these producers anymore. It's going to be fun. But I got new music for that show. I took out a couple things. It's about the same music, but I took out the words SEC Country because they fired me. They fired me. You ready?
You.
I said, you ready? Not you.
You.
It's the More Cowbell Show.
You can wrap this one in maroon and white.
And now, your host of the More Cowbell Show, Brandon Walker.
That's me, Brandon Walker. More Cowbell. Ring, 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 ring. We are ringing here on a Tuesday at the SEC Country Studios. I forgot my cowbell, and I have a good reason for forgetting my cowbell today. I brought my 5-year-old son. You are 5, right? Cyrus, you are my son, correct? Yes. All right. I brought my 5-year-old son, Cyrus. He is sitting here with me in the SEC Country Studios, so I forgot to get a bell because I was getting him ready. I was getting him together. I don't know why I'm lying. His mama got him ready. I just got him, put him in the car, and came down here. And afterwards, after the show, we're all going out for
pizza.
Pizza! That's what we're doing. You dang right. More Cowbell, the Mississippi State podcast presented by SEC Country. We got 3 days left, 3 shows left, starting with this one. We'll do a Wednesday show and a Thursday show, and we'll be done at SEC Country. And I'll soon have my own show. Well, I guess I already have my own show, but I'll own it. I'll be producing it. I'll be doing everything. So, More Cowbell, Facebook.com/The More Cowbell Show. Hey, if you want to email me and talk about anything, that's morecowbellshow@gmail.com, morecowbellshow@gmail.com. Now, let me do a little business before we get started. Today we're going to talk about, we're going to start off talking about a tragedy in the Bulldog family. We'll discuss what happened last night. Then we'll get back to the Chris Lemonis hire a day after, the reactions. You know, they've gone a couple of different directions. And then we'll get back to recruiting at the end of the show. Joe Moorhead. What's next in recruiting for the Bulldogs and Joe Moorhead? 2-minute drill at the end of the show. And before we get started, I just want to say we got double the advertisement today as I'm wearing this fantastic pimped out Cowbell shirt, this incredible polo with a cowbell on it that I love so very much. I got it from Maroon & Company at maroonandco.com. Go there. You'll get lost on that site. You'll find so many things you want to buy. My son wearing a beautiful kid's shirt right here. We got that at Maroon & Company, maroonandco.com, at Maroon & Co on Twitter and Instagram, Highway 12 in Starkville. I know there are other places in Starkville to go, but you won't find one as pleasant and as awesome as Maroon & Company. It's big. It's spacious. It's fantastic to be in there. I'm going to have some shows there this fall. It's a great place. Now, before we get started, this is a silly show. I do like to make a lot of jokes. I do like to say a lot of things that are, off the wall. That's kind of my character. That's kind of who I am. That's just who I am 24/7, and I can't turn it off. I'm going to turn it off now for a second, though, as we do talk about Alex Wilcox, an 18-year-old Mississippi State softball player who unfortunately lost her battle with cancer last night. Obviously, you've seen it. You're a State fan. You've seen it. You've, reacted to it. I don't know what to say. It seems like Mississippi State's been affected by stuff like this more than any other teams. You got Nick Bell, you got Keith Joseph a couple of years ago, and now Alex Wilcox, unfortunately losing her battle with cancer all through the season. When State would play somebody, other teams would say, we're with you. There was a lot of class, a lot of outpouring of support for Alex Wilcox as she battled this thing all year. She was a freshman from Brantley, Alabama. She came from a small school down there, was the 1A pitcher of the year. She has all the requisite stats and domination in high school softball. Was a great part of Mississippi State, and if you've seen her pictures, just a beautiful gal. Unfortunately, gone too soon. 18 years old. She died last night, and that's awful. It's a shame, and I just hope her family can be comforted by the Mississippi State family right now. I know it's going to be tough, and certainly our thoughts, our prayers from More Cowbell, from my family, go out to the Wilcox family and Mississippi State softball. It's a very, very tough situation, and I don't know what to say other than that. So we're going to go ahead and talk about Mississippi State baseball. Obviously, this is a show where we talk about Mississippi State sports. Sometimes real life gets in the way of having fun, but let's have some fun now as Mississippi State baseball has hired Chris Lemonis. I still don't know. Somebody's telling me Lemonis. I don't know. Let's just call him Chris. I'll figure it out. I didn't go to the press conference. I'm not in Starkville, so I didn't get to go to the press conference. But the new coach, now that we're a day in, I think it's calmed down a little bit. There were some pretty fired up reactions. Pretty fired up reactions on all fronts. I think there are 3 fronts with this baseball coaching hire as far as reactions go. I think there are folks who love this hire, who look at him, who look at his recruiting background, who look at what people say about him like Kendall Rogers and Aaron Fitt, and they love the hire. I think there's a second tier of folks that just hate it. There are State fans that just absolutely hate it, that thought we were going to get Schlossnagel or Corbin or somebody, and when you didn't get that, you absolutely failed John Cohen. There are some people that think that. And you know what? That's fine if you want to think that. That's okay. That's a reasonable reaction, I think, right here. I personally fall in the third group. There are those like me who say if Cohen believes this is the guy, then this is the guy. I trust it. If Cohen believes this is the guy to win national titles at Mississippi State, this is the guy to keep going to the College World Series, he found Moorhead. He sold us on Moorhead when there wasn't much to sell. I mean, nobody in Mississippi State, nobody in Starkville, nobody in the South knew much about Joe Moorhead. And the first time he came up in coaching or in the lead up to it, in the coaching search, like, Joe Moorhead, who is that? But he was right. I can tell you right now, unequivocally, Joe Moorhead is a home run hire. He hasn't coached a game yet, but everything he's done up until this point has been a home run. And if the guy who went and found Joe Moorhead can go back to the Big Ten country and find somebody he believes can get us to win national championships, I'm rolling with John Cohen on this one. Now, if you're mad about it, be mad. If you're in love with it, be in love with it. But let's look at what Lemonis has to work with. Lemonis. Let's look at what Chris has to work with. Let's look at the actual situation. Because I think in so many coaching scenarios, so many coaching changes, the coach comes in with so much pressure and so much responsibility to start things over, to rebuild, or to just build. This is a coach who has an opportunity, like Joe Moorhead, to build some goodwill by winning in his first year. He can accomplish something right out of the gate, and that is so rare in college sports, and we've done it twice this year. We've handed new coaches the keys to a very powerful car twice. Mississippi State football with 18 starters back from a 9-win team given to Joe Moorhead. He's got something that can win immediately, and now this guy, Chris Lemonis, can come in. It's Lemonis, I'm almost certain. He can come in with a roster that just went to the College World Series, with a roster that just finished in the Final Four, with a roster that brings back pretty much every piece in the batting order. You bring back Mangum, you bring back McNamee, you bring back everybody in the lineup that made this a special season. Now, the pitching staff will have to receive some care. You'll have to go out and hire a pitching coach, and I assume he's already, if he doesn't know his guy, he is searching right now to find a pitching staff, because even if you got Ethan Small coming back, you still don't know who your Saturday guy is, your Sunday guy is. You're going to have to rebuild your pitching staff, but as far as grit, as far as toughness, as far as experience, this team is going to have it. You've got a team that finished in the top 4. You're not going to throw anything at this team that they can't handle. Jake Mangum going in his 4th year. This will be his 4th head coach. You're not going to throw anything as a new coach at this team that they can't handle. They've been through everything. They've been through wars. They've seen it all. They've got the experience necessary to win in year 1. This is very, very similar, I know I said it already, to the Moorhead situation, in that he's inheriting a team to win right now. He's also inheriting Andy Cannizaro left recruiting in a pretty good spot before his situation. He left recruiting in a pretty good spot, and this guy, with Jake Gautreau staying on staff, is known as a recruiter. I really believe he has got the jumping off point. He's got a much better jumping off point than most coaches coming into most situations. You got the best stadium in college baseball ready to open on your first game. Think about that. Your first game as a head coach in the SEC, you will be opening up the grandest spectacle in all of college baseball. Got a lot going for him. And I understand if you want to hate it, hate it. If you want to love it, love it. I'm rolling with John Cohen. That's what I'm doing. Joe Moorhead is somebody who has hit the ground running. Recruiting last week, it was a big weekend. 3 big recruits, 3 big commitments from Mississippi State. Nathan Pickering, a 4-star defensive lineman. Dennis Jackson, a 4-star wide receiver. Gregory Brooks, a 3-star cornerback from down in Louisiana. Did you just yawn? Are you okay? You good? All right. Do you want to play some more Dude Perfect? No? Nothing? You're finished with Dude Perfect. So what's next for Mississippi State recruiting? What is next for Mississippi State recruiting? Obviously, 16 commits now. 7 of those are 4-star. I want you to think about that. There are 16 commitments pledged to Mississippi State right now. Almost half of them are 4-stars. That never happened under Dan Mullen. And that is with Quentin Torbor, who was 4-star until the minute he committed to Mississippi State, and then all of a sudden he's a 3-star. How does that work? 4-star from Louisiana, I'm going to commit to Mississippi State. Sorry, kid, you're a 3-star. Gee, I wonder why. And if he committed to LSU, he'd be closer to a 5-star by now. But anyway, that's not what this current discussion is about. Currently has 16 commitments. 7, or almost half the class, is 4-star. That's Nathan Pickering, Charles Moore, both on the defensive line. Ani Ezechukwu, also on the defensive line. DeMonte Russell, also on the defensive line. 4 4-star defensive linemen already. Jarian Jones, a 4-star safety from Northwest Rankin. Dennis Jackson, a 4-star wide receiver from Summerall. And Garrett Schrader, I think the jewel of the class, a 4-star quarterback from Charlotte, North Carolina. 4 stars are still on the board. And what is the next big date for Mississippi State? It's July 7th. July 7th is the birthday of John Emery, a 4-star running back out of Louisiana. John Emery leaning towards Mississippi State. Everything looks good for Mississippi State here. July 7th, Mississippi State could add its next jewel of the class. It could add a 4-star running back from out of state. John Emery would be a big-time get for this staff. You got Charles Huff, the number 4 recruiter in the country last year, the running backs coach. He is doing work. And John Emery could be the next big domino to fall. There are other dominoes still out there. There are 4 stars still on the board, like like John Emery, like Derek Hall, the linebacker out of Gulfport, Mississippi. 3-star cornerback Martin Emerson out of Pensacola, Florida. DeJuan Black, could he flip from Ole Miss? The tea leaves look pretty good there. Jaquay Hubbard, a 4-star offensive lineman out of Pennsylvania. Byron Young, a 4-star defensive lineman out of, I think, West Jones High School. There's so much meat left on the bone. There's so much possibility left for this class. You've already got 7 4-stars. Mullen never got more than 8. That's the most he ever got. I think that was in 2015. And now here you are in the first year, of the first full year of Moorhead recruiting. He's got 7 right now. Could end up with at least 10, maybe 12. That is unbelievable. Currently, you got 3 offensive linemen on board. Need to get that to maybe 5, maybe 6. I know that Jaquay Hubbard, like I said, Charles Cross, a tackle out of Laurel, Mississippi. There are names out there of offensive linemen that state's still after. Again, you got 3 on the board right now. It's going to be a lot less excruciating coming down the stretch in recruiting than it ever was over the last 9 years. This staff just is professional about the way they go about it. They are good in recruiting. It feels good. The summer, the fall, the winter, it will not be as painful as it's been the last few years, and thank goodness for that. Now, 2-minute drill. I guess we're going to have a short show today. I've kind of flown through this thing, haven't I? Well, I'm very talented. I'm very talented. Plus, Cyrus is about to take a nap. Are you about to take a nap? No, you're good? Who's your favorite team? That's right, boy. He said Mississippi State. He said it very loud. You just couldn't hear it. Number 1, 2-minute drill. In 1 sentence, what are your expectations for Chris Lemonis in year 1? In 1 sentence, what are your expectations for Chris Lemonis? Let me answer a couple of questions here. Daniel Martin says, has Nakobe Dean committed anywhere yet? No, he has not. 5-star linebacker out of Horn Lake. He has not committed anywhere yet. Lemonis' parents were in married housing at MSU when he was 2. That's pretty cool, Steve C. Daniel Martin expects a national championship. Well, at least you're not setting the bar very high. Omaha says Rob Chittum and Richard Reif, College World Series. Everybody says Omaha. Dickie Delishman says Super Regional. Michael Wright says 500, and I don't know what that means. 500, like a 500 team? Like winning 30 and losing 30? That would be shocking. Get back to Omaha, national championship. All we want is everything, says Steve C. Host a regional and borderline national seed, says Jay Hammers. All you can really say is regional or super regional, right? I mean, you know, you never know who you're going to match up with. I guess Omaha is a reasonable expectation. You just went to Omaha in a tough year, so why not? Number 2, my favorite question I've come up with in a long time. Number 2, which head coach on Mississippi State's campus right now of the 4 big sports, men's basketball, women's basketball, baseball, and football, which head coach on campus right now is the best recruiter? Nothing. Regional host at least. Host of Super Regional, says Shannon Lisenby. Not let the expectations get the most of him, says Pierre Causey. That's very, very good. Junior Ray says Joe Moorhead. AJ Whitehead says Joe Moorhead. I figured some of you would say Moorhead because he's doing so well right now, but I just don't think it's the answer. Steve C. says Schaefer. Derek Meyer says Moorhead. Stephen Stafford says it's tough. Think about it. It's really just to get you thinking. There's some good recruiters on campus right now. Lemonis, based on what he did at Louisville. Howland, says Jay Stubbs. Moorhead, says Lynn Rhodes Gilmer. I like Howland, says Micah Halfacre. Stephen Stafford says they all can recruit. That's true. Schaefer by a long shot, Bobby Richardson. Coach Ben Howland, says Derek Myers. I think the answer is a basketball coach. I think it's either Schaefer or Howland. I would lean towards Schaefer right now. Schaefer's out getting multiple 5-stars every cycle. Howland got one this year. He's gotten a couple since he's been at State. Howland would be second, maybe Moorhead third, and Lemonis would be fourth because we don't know yet. But, boy, with his recruiting reputation, if he's the 4th best recruiter you got on campus, you're in good shape. Considering Lemonis started yesterday, can you consider him in this discussion? Josh Crumpton? Probably not. Probably not. But I like the question. Number 3, as we get into the important stuff. Number 3, and you guys can answer too. What is your favorite app on your phone? What is your favorite app on your phone? And I don't mean And let's not even say Twitter, because so many people are on Twitter and Facebook. Other than that stuff, what is your favorite app on your phone? Terp?
Other than like social media things, I would say Venmo is my favorite app. It's very useful.
Venmo, your money.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it's more. It's not. It's
Can't-
sending.
Can't hide money, can you, Cyrus?
No, it's sending my hard-earned money that I make here and receive.
Pierre Calzi says his Bible app. Joy D says ESPN. Michael Wright says Golf Clash. I don't know what Golf Clash is. We might have to download that. Watch ESPN says Jay Hammers. Jay Stubbs says Papa John's. D. Curtis says Pinterest. You know, when Pinterest was really big, I never understood why women liked it so much. One time my wife left it open on the computer. I got on Pinterest for a little bit, and it was the worst 4.5 hours of my life. YouTube, Derek Myers. Bulldog Sports Radio. Shannon Listenby. Mississippi State app says Jessica M. Balsley. Roku says Jim West. Is that a phone app now? Can you do a Roku on your phone? Wow. Bulldog Sports Radio says Ginger Tuck. Watch ESPN. CBS Sports or PGA Golf. Maps says Daniel Martin. Might be the one I use the most. BSR. Guys, I'm not on BSR. I need y'all to know that right now, okay? You're on my show right now. All right? Traquan Key, you understand? I know where you work. All right? I know where you work, son. Number 4. I wish I could remember what number 4 was. Which movie can you quote the most? Which movie can you quote the most? What was her favorite app, by the way?
Amazon.
Uber. Boy, can't hide
Amazon
money.
Uber is what she says.
Amazon and Uber?
Uber is pretty high on my list too.
I'm from Mississippi. We don't really have Uber. Although I think Robbie Falk's an Uber driver in Starkville, which means I'll never take it. Top Gun says Jay Hammers. Varsity Blues says AJ Whitehead. Future More Cowbell app. Very good answer, Chip Gibson. Thank you. Remember the Titans, Micah Halfacre. Tombstone says Derek Whitford. Galaxy Quest from D. Curtis. Varsity Blues from Jay Stubbs. I'm going to go ahead and tell you what Terp says. It's Step Brothers, right?
No, I was just thinking I have probably three-way tie.
What is it?
And it's Anchorman,
Yeah.
Good Burger, and I can't remember the third. I just had it.
I asked.
And something
Stop
else.
talking.
Napoleon Dynamite. That's the other one.
I asked, what is the movie that you can quote the most? What is the movie you can quote the easiest? And one of your answers is Good Burger.
Yes.
It's Good Burger
It's a
with
great
Keenan
movie.
and Kel, the Nickelodeon
It's a
movie.
Great movie.
Of all the movies in the entire world,
It's good. I could quote a lot.
Good.
of
But I can't wait to get away from you.
Hey, I only got
You are an
2 more
anchor
days.
dragging me down.
2 more days.
Jerry Maguire, Lonesome Dove, Forrest Gump. Wayman Hodge says, did he say Good Burger? Elf says Shannon Listenby. Oh, my God. You have once again ground the show to a halt. A screeching halt. What's your favorite movie?
Cars 3.
Cars 3. That's right. We love Cars 3. Number 5. Think about this. If I take one of these things away tomorrow, which one can you not live without? Your car or your cell phone? Your car or your cell phone? Which one am I
Cell
taking
phone.
away first? Huh?
Take away the car first.
You want me to take away the car first?
Well, if I'm moving to the Big Apple, I don't need a car. I need a phone.
Your car or your cell phone? Which one would you give up first? That's the question.
Depending on
H-
location. If I was here, I would say I would give up the cell phone.
AJ Whitehead says the car. No, type out what you would give up first. That's the answer. Type out what you would give up first, the car or the phone. Everybody's saying car, but Rob Chittum says take away my phone. Derek Meyer says I'm not walking, but everybody's saying give up the car first. Cell phone. It's pretty split, actually. Yeah, I'd give up my phone before I gave up my car, I think.
If I was here, I would too.
Cell phone, I can call a taxi here in the metropolis of Aberdeen. Car, I live without a phone. Yeah, it's good. Good. It's a great question, though, isn't it? I'm very
It's all right.
clever. I'm a very clever
okay
person.
question.
Of all the movies in the world,
Good
the
Burger.
one that you quote the most is
Is-
Good Burger.
There's that food. Say. What does that note say?
It says it's a Chick-fil-A sandwich, and he says it's for Cyrus. But he didn't know that we already got
have
one.
them.
Yeah. Give me a quote from Good Burger right now. Welcome to Good
Welcome
Burger.
to Good Burger, home of the Good Burger. Can I take your order?
Oh boy. I don't say this lightly, Terp. I hate you so much. I hate you so very much.
2 more days.
Let's talk about what you all right? Let's talk about what Terp's been doing at work, okay? What do you do between shows? Tell me the truth. What do you do between shows right now?
I am applying to jobs.
Uh-huh. What were you doing immediately before the show?
Just playing Xbox.
Uh-huh. You were playing Fortnite.
Yeah.
I've never played Fortnite. It looks ridiculous. It looks terrible. It looks very stressful as well. Why can't people on that island get along? I mean, everybody's killing everybody.
Yeah, there's only one winner.
All right. Well, let me shut the podcast down. I'll stay here on Facebook Live until 12:30, and that's when the giant men will come in here and run us out. My name is Brandon Walker. You've been listening to More Cowbell, the Mississippi State podcast presented by SEC Country. Go get it. All right. Terp, let's play Fortnite, says Carlos Camacho. Oh, you're being challenged. Go ahead. You're not on camera. You can do it.
I'm down.
Carlos Camacho wants to challenge Terp on...
No, he wants to play with me. You can play as duos or squads.
What? I don't think he wants to be on your squad. Nobody wants to be on your
You
team.
can't play someone.
You can't?
No.
I don't know how these things work, all right? All I know is one's Mario and one's Luigi. That's how you do it, right? Where are your other 9 kids? They're at home. They're at home. Rule number 1 of Fortnite, you must wear Baby Gap shirts. Cohen said Henderson would be taken care of. What interim worked out long term? Dabo's the only one I know. Matt Luke and Coach O. Certainly they haven't worked out long term. I remember Steve Fisher won a national championship as an interim at Michigan. He got the job. That was 30 years ago. How long until SEC Media Days? I believe it is about 3 weeks away. I think it's July 16th through the 19th, I think. So will there be a More Cowbell app? Micah Halfacre, not an app. We'll be on Facebook first. We'll be on iTunes. We'll be on YouTube. We'll be streaming on all that. Maybe the Lord will bless me to have an app one day, but they're quite pricey. Hey, Landshark, you beautiful woman, you, says James King. Oh, that's nice. Can I tell him why you're not on camera today? She asked to not be on camera today. She's going to be on camera tomorrow. So look forward to that. Mark your calendars. Have you decided a time yet? No, I have not. WTVA pronounced it Lemonis. Sean Barker. That's what I've been going with. So that's good. Still. Any other questions? What would you like to talk about on today's show? As we have about 10 more minutes, about 12 more minutes to talk about whatever you would like. We can talk about my new show. I bought me a PTZ Optics box camera for $7.99. Boy, I was very excited about that. I bought a soundboard last night, Terp. I bought a lighting kit. Bought all kind of stuff.
Flames.
It's fascinating to me that Cohen hires an unknown Moorhead and the fan base goes crazy. He hires another unknown with much more head coaching experience, Lemonis, and half the fan base loses their mind. It's interesting. It is interesting. Are you eating that? Or are you just holding it? Do you not want it? I'm not 100% sure he's mine. Like, I think he is. I'm pretty sure he is. But I'm like 90% sure. Oh, now I'm 100%. Now I'm 100%. I just saw the bite. Definitely 110%. Are you taking the Maroon & Co. sponsor with you? Maroon & Co. will go with me wherever I go. I'm taking them forever. I love Maroon & Co. I'm definitely keeping them. Are you afraid your son might take your job? He's much better looking than you. Cliff Axtell. Are you better looking than me? Much more talkative than I am, too. Are you going to SEC Media Days? Micah Halfacre, I believe I am. I think I am. My husband would love the live show to be at night so he could watch Lynn Rhodes Gilmer, but if he watches, do I lose you as a viewer? I don't want to lose Lynn Rhodes Gilmer. I want to have both of you. Just huddle around the computer there right after Andy Griffith and watch me. Watch me on the show. Wow. Big bite. He looks like that picture of you, Matt Weisinger. The picture of me from yesterday, the basketball picture, I assume. All right. D. Curtis says, no doubt that is your child. You need to buy a bell holder. I bought some set pieces, some stuff for my set, and I love where my cowbells are at. And the reason I don't have a cowbell today is I set them up yesterday in my studio, and they look fantastic. The Brandon Walker home studio. Yeah, Cyrus lost his bedroom, but I now have a studio. Cyrus had to move in with his brother, but I have a studio. At Media Days, what do you think they will place us? I believe at SEC Media Days, Mississippi State will be picked 4th in the West. They should be picked no lower than 3rd in the West and 4th in the conference overall. I could see an argument to put them behind Alabama, obviously, and Auburn. I can't see an argument to put State behind anybody else. I think the media will put somebody, whether it's LSU or Texas A&M, ahead of State. Oh, boy. Boy, oh, boy. I want to be there to ask other coaches questions like, Dan, how does it feel to suck at life? Derek Myers. That's a very Derek Myers question. Who did the better job as interim, Knox or Henderson? Well, Wade Glass, I think the answer there is easily Henderson. I mean, I guess it's not a level playing field because he got much more time than Knox, but I don't feel like if Knox took over early, he would have taken us to a New Year's Six Bowl or to the college football playoff, which is what Henderson did. Henderson took us to the Final Four, so I'm not sure we would have gone to the playoff under Knox. Both did a great job, different jobs. Knox was one game, Henderson was a whole season, but they both did very good job. They'll put helmet stickers again they will pick helmet stickers again at Media Days. They always do. Kyle W. Fogarty. SEC Media Days, they'll put us 5th in the West. They'll put Alabama, Auburn, LSU, and Texas A&M ahead of us. Jay Hammers, I don't want to be that negative. I don't think you can possibly do that. I don't see a world where LSU can be put ahead of Mississippi State by anybody this year. It's possible, but I think we're going to be 3rd or 4th. My gut says we'll be 4th. We deserve to be 3rd in the West, and again, 4th overall in the conference. We'll see. Bulldog Burger or Mugshots. Oliver McLeod. I'm currently trying to sell to sponsors, so I don't want to tell you which one of those I don't like. Name recognition. I bet Lemonis gets JT again on campus, says somebody. Reed Burrell. That would be big. Boy, if you're a recruiter and you come here and you got the job as a big-time recruiter, getting a first-round pick to eschew the Major League Baseball draft and to come to Mississippi State would be gigantic. You see me use that big word right there. Well, it's not really big, but it's a unique word. Signing off, this is More Cowbell with Brandon Walker. Matt Weisinger, I guess you're leaving. A&M will be overrated because of Jimbo. A&M will be overrated. People are acting like A&M has been a soft program for years. They fade every single year, and people act like because Sumlin's not there and Jimbo Fisher's there, they're not going to fade this year. Come on. They're soft. They're a soft football program. SAWFT. Soft. Soft. Do you like the Chick-fil-A sandwich? Are we still getting pizza? Okay. Are you paying for it or am I paying for it? All right. I've been seeing MSU 3rd in more publications than 4th. Grady Stokes. You're right, Grady Stokes, but that is the publications and that media is a little more informed than the media that shows up at Media Days. All right. Now, it's out of Birmingham. We'll lose a lot of the, Tallapoosa, Alabama Chamber of Commerces that have been there and voting Auburn and Alabama for everything. We'll lose some of the also-rans that don't need to be there, but we'll probably gain some from Georgia that won't know anything about Mississippi State. So there are people voting at SEC Media Days that have no business voting at SEC Media Days. People like Landshark, people like Turp. It's just unbelievable. What's the donation requirement to get ad time on More Cowbell? So Austin McQueen, donations and ads are two different things. Advertising time on More Cowbell will be priced out for smaller businesses at $500 a month. $500 a month. That's nothing to you, is it? That's like your purse budget. Not even your purse budget. That's like your bubblegum budget. Good Lord, Cyrus is too precious, says Bonnie Williamson Gable. Steve C says it's okay, Cyrus. No one else listens to him either. A funny enough comment will get you ad time, says Shannon Lisenby. You have to buy tickets to get in at SEC Media Days. No, you just have to get credentialed. Although I think they are doing like a fan fest this year for the first time ever in Atlanta. Since you'll be state affiliated, you should work on Chiquita or Dole Bananas as a sponsor. Not a bad idea, although I think the banana thing is dead. Well, it's true. Ugly people make beautiful kids. That is very rude to call my wife ugly like that. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. Just right in my face. Just call my wife ugly. So where do we send money to support you? So patreon.com is a monthly service that I'll be giving. If you want to email me at morecowbellshow@gmail.com, morecowbellshow@gmail.com, I'll give you a PayPal or, a donation if you'd like to give one, whatever. Or if you want my physical address, I've been giving that out too, which seems like a terrible idea. He is one handsome little man, Jessica M. Balsley. I am not little. Thank you very much. Thank you. We're going from a banana to a lemon, says Junior Ray. Indeed. Indeed. The banana thing was, what are you doing? The banana thing was fun, but again, I think it's over. Dude, you got to fight someone after that comment? I know. Ask Cyrus who his favorite, mom or dad. I don't know if I can ask him anything right now with what he's, and I know the answer, so I really don't want to ask him on there. But I know that my Cyrus, you love your daddy, don't you? You love your mama? You're not ever coming again. You're not ever coming on the show again. Uh-oh. Oh. All right. So Lemonis isn't yoked up like Cannizzaro. Maybe he'll stay in his own dugout, says Wayman Hodge. I think that was a once-in-a-lifetime thing. Well, that was a rare thing. It happened. It's over. I'm not going to make any more jokes about it. Roger, that isn't going on that much of a limb. He will go pro. However, he hasn't yet, so he still could be coming to campus. I think he's talking about JT Ginn, the 98-mile-an-hour flamethrower and a good position player too. Just a first round pick, who is committed to Mississippi State, signed with Mississippi State, could still come to Mississippi State. I'd be shocked. I would be absolutely shocked if he did. But hey, if Lemonis is able to pull that off, a lot of credibility with the fan base immediately. How long before we win a national championship? I give Vic Schaefer about 2 to 3 more years. I think this recruiting class he just hauled in is going to win a national championship in the next 3 years. My kids go to Brandon, and I've been around a lot of the talking. He's going pro, says Roger Hale Morris, talking about JT Ginn again. Put your tongue in your... You don't go to Ole Miss. Hopefully he doesn't go Bill Clinton on us, says Derek Myers. You guys ready? You got to get back to Fortnite, don't you? Or FIFA or Fortnite? Landshark, you ready? Ready to get out of here? All right. So, are you gonna say bye to everybody? I want you to say bye. So for Terp, for Landshark, I'm Brandon Walker, and this is Cyrus saying
Bye.
You've been watching More Cowbell, the Mississippi State podcast presented by SEC Country.